Hi guys, this is the new 100% complete Charles Bronson update collection. Now I've had to film this again because I had it all stacked out in piles in order I wanted to show you, and the piles collapsed like a fucking bomb that hit it. So I picked them all up, started again. Now these now are in no order. There's Blu-rays, DVDs, VHS, TV shows. They're not in order. I was going to show you them from his first film to his last film, but they're in automatically random order now. So just look out for titles you haven't got. These are 100% complete collections from the IMMB website, whatever. First up is the 1990 TV showing of Death Wish 2 on Bravo, a UK TV station. It's a VHS copy. I copied it on my TV, and this has all the adults, you all know about it, cut out, but it has all the deleted scenes inserted in it. It has the missing, the scene where the mayor's talking, then the copper talks. Them two scenes cut off very sharply. Well, there's actually 30 seconds missing from the both end of that scene and the start of the other scene that's in this. You've got other scenes where Bronson's surveying outside the radio station. That's in this. And if you want a quick look, if you want a quick know of all the deleted scenes that are missing, go to my videos. Right at the bottom of the videos, so quite a few years ago I posted them, you'll see all the deleted scenes by themselves. Anyway, that's that one. First up with the new random blooming mess is the Twilight Time version of Murphy's Law. This is the one I've been waiting for ages for to complete my canons, and it's beautifully shot. It's crisp, it's beautiful. It's the best the film's ever looked on Blu-ray. And it's got a blooming audio commentary by the female lead, Catherine. I won't try and pronounce the second name. I only make a dick of myself. But it's Bronson on the run with her. And she does say in it that they stopped her swearing a lot in it. Even though it's an 18, blooming R-rated 18 certificate film, she was like foul mouth, but she says some weird things, like dog breath for that. Instead of saying real swear words, they make us say other things. But that's the Twilight Time, Murphy's Law. Comes in with a booklet, as Twilight Time always does, and it's about time that a company has showing Bronson the respect he deserves, because for so too long on DVD, especially, companies were putting out bootleg, blooming public domain crap like Cold Sweat, Someone Behind the Door, where they're all like grainy, full screen pan and scan rubbish. So it's great to see someone actually taking time, taking time in their releases. Great. Now, a tip for Twilight Time: don't bother buying these off eBay or Amazon. You'll pay $70 plus for them, £50 even, which is even more than $70. Go direct to twilighttime.com and you'll pick these up for $29.99 plus shipping to the UK. Next up is one of my all-time 10s, and it's by Twilight Time, and it is The Hard Times, when he plays a street fighter. Now this looks amazing on Blu-ray, and it's one of the first Twilight Times they've done, and it is out of print, and it is high price if you look on Amazon. Next up on Blu-ray is Magnificent 7, Vera Cruz Blu-ray. Now, Death Wish especially the 40th anniversary edition of it, but it's just a standard Blu-ray, no special features apart from a trailer. But it is the uncut, and it is the American one, which is region 3, and it's not available in the UK. Next up is the German Digibook uncut special edition of only 888 made with this artwork, particular artwork. There's 3 sets available with different artwork. This is the coolest artwork. It's a digibook. Trouble is, the book is beautiful, loads of pictures, loads of writing, but it's all in German. But it is the uncut Blu-ray, region B. Next up is the special edition from Shout Factory of Death Wish 2. This has different special features in that one. This one has a commentary by the great Paul Talbot, who's Bronson mad, knows everything about Bronson. And this is uncut. It has all the rape, all the violence. It doesn't have them extra scenes because no Blu-ray version has got them extra scenes in the same. But I'd like to see a Blu-ray with all them special extra scenes inserted in a full version. So make it like 105, 6 minutes long. But this is the unrated version and the theatrical version. Not for the faint-hearted, and it's region A locked. Death Wish 3, 20th Century Fox American, region A locked it says, but it's bullshit, it's region B. Multi-region, sorry. Picture quality is okay. A lot of grain. Death Wish 4. To be honest with you, this is, again, it's a 20th Century Fox Canon film, and it says region A. If you look, it says region A somewhere flipping along there, but you can't see it. But it's region B. And to be fair, when I'm watching this film, I'd rather watch it on VHS on my small screen, old school TV, than on Blu-ray, because this shows a lot of the trouble when the film has got lots of grain. They upgrade it so much, it exposes the grain even more, and it makes the film look even crapper. So, my best bet is either watch it on DVD or watch it on VHS. Next up is the rare, I think it's from Finland or Sweden, it's one of them kind of countries like Denmark and something. It's the Death Wish 5 uncut Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Then you've got, by 88 Films, the British version of Messenger of Death, and I think this packaging looks well mean compared to the American Olive Films version. It has black Blu-ray case, black artwork, wicked. And it has alternative artwork, which I'll show you now. That's the normal version. Alternative artwork is that one, and it's got rid of all them big certificate notices. I'm starting to like 88 Films. They're starting to bring out some good films on Blu-ray. You got a little booklet with it, quite a little bit of book. It's got some information on the film, not to be sniffed at. I just love that artwork on Messenger of Death, UK version. Next up is the Twilight Time version of 10 to Midnight. Now, okay, you may think, what? This is one of my top 5 Bronson films. Yes, it's canon fodder, but I like canon fodder. You don't go in it expecting to earn a degree. You go into watch it what it is. Popcorn movie, Friday night popcorn movie. And this is the uncut version. And again, new artwork. It hasn't got a reversible sleeve, it's just got a big picture. And there's a disc. And it's got a commentary by Pancho Co, the producer. Great film. Another Twilight Time film, and it's called Chato's Land. Now, this is only the PG version, so this has got to be the American version, because the UK version is an 18 certificate, which is adults only. And I remember it's got rape in it inside the hut, and it's got a lot of nudity showing the women's bottom bits. I have seen a bit of this, and it does show on VHS, on DVD American. When she comes out of the hut, she's dressed in a towel, but in the UK version, she's naked, showing her bits. But in this version, she is naked when she comes out of the thing. I'm sure there's some bits missing of inside the hut, because there's some violence in it as well. People get shooting people in the hand, close-ups of people getting shot in the hand and that, and holes going through the hands and that. I'm sure it's missing out of this one. I can't be sure. If you know this is the uncut version, let me know down below. But I don't know how this is a PG and it's an 18 here. Don't know. Might be wrong. It's limited to 3,000 anyway on Blu-ray. Next up on Blu-ray is a film I like. It's not very violent. It's only a 12 in this country. It used to be a 15, but then they changed the laws and it went down to 12. And it's only PG-13 in America. And it is by Kino Lorber, Assassination. Now, for ages and ages, this film was on Amazon. And it said Blu-ray, but on the description it said DVD. So it was like, oh, it can't be Blu-ray because it says it's DVD in the description. But the picture showed the Blu-ray, but it said DVD. So I took a gamble, and it is a Blu-ray. I waited years for this to go on Blu-ray. And I've been looking at it for over a year. So I finally put up the courage to waste my money. It was. And it is, yes, it is a Blu-ray. And it's widescreen by Kino Lorber. It's a Canon film again. I love Canon. Don't care what anyone says, Canon are cool. Next up, another Canon film. And this is Charles Bronson's last Canon film. And I think this is, I might be wrong, but I'm sure this is his last film before his wife died. And it's Kinship of Forbidden Subjects by Olive Films, Region A, sorry. And no special features, but it's just a class film. It's very, very adult themed. You see Bronson holding a sex toy in his hand, and he says, I think I've jeopardised my pension. And his wife says, you brought the Irish out in you. Well, we all know what he did with the sex toy. Next up is one of the more expensive ones in my collection, because it seemed to go out of print straight away, and that is the American version of House of Wax. Next up is a film that I've put on YouTube, and I've had it removed way before it came out on Blu-ray years ago, about 5 years ago. I put this on Blu-ray, on VHS, I put this out on YouTube about 5 years ago, and it wasn't even on VHS or nothing then, but it got took down. And then now they've released it on Kino Lorber, I've released it on Blu-ray. 1955 film, Big House USA. Now this film was very controversial in its day, because it was about the kidnap, not murder, because the kid fell, but the cover up and not telling the parents what happened. It's still a sadistic film. Bronson plays a good guy who escapes from prison with the killer, and they sort of plot to do him in. Then this is one of my top 5 again. I don't know how anybody has not got this in their top 5. This is Once Upon a Time in the West. Beautifully shot film, spaghetti western. I just wish Bronson had done the other spaghetti westerns that Eastwood had done, because Bronson was actually asked to do them films, but he turned them down. Pity. Next up is American Dirty Dozen. Then the Spanish version on Blu-ray is Jubal, Glenn Ford. Next up is the ultra rare Japanese Blu-ray of Valachi Papers. This comes with a big, thick catalogue of all Japanese titles that you haven't got a clue what they are. Because nothing's in English in Japan. Nothing. Not even the titles. As you look in the back of this, see, it's all in Japanese. But the film is actually in English, in widescreen. Next up is Violent City, or The Family, with Charles Bronson. This is the Italian Blu-ray. I believe it's out of print now. And it stars Telly Savalas, Jill Island, and Charles Bronson. And I must say, this is my favourite one of his European films he's done, because I love the music in it. Very wow 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 western. There's very spaghetti western music in this, and it's got the sexy Jill Island. They really, like, crop tops, showing herself off very a lot. She shows herself off a lot in this, in the pool and stuff. Then you've got Death Hunt with Charles Bronson and Lee Marvin, classic film with Andrew Davis from 10 to Midnight. He's in this film as well. This is by Timeless, but it is actually a 20th Century Fox film. It's locked to Region A, which is Bull. It's Region B, or Region 3 even. Then you've got one of my top 5 again, Breakheart Pass. Snowy film, set in snow. Great, beautiful quality on this. Kino Lorber again. Then you've got a Charles Bronson 1958 film, Showdown at Boot Hill. This is the full widescreen version, and it is crystal clear. But it has like a TV feel, but it's not a movie. Now, this is my most expensive Bronson film in the collection. This is a Japanese slipcover version of Farewell Friend with Alan Dillon. Now, it's all, again, as it's Japanese, it's all in Japanese. The slipcover, the DVD, the Blu-ray, the actual booklet it comes in is all loads of pictures of the film, but all the text is in Japanese. And the Blu-ray is actually in English. And the DVD, which is hiding behind the catalogue again, that is in French, I think, and it's in Japanese only, not English. So only the Blu-ray is in English. That cost me £25, and it was the only one on eBay at the time. And I think I haven't seen it on eBay again. I could be wrong, but by the time you watch this, you might find it on eBay. But this is one of the rare ones. And this is ones that, if there's a fire, I come in here and I grab it and I go. And then another one. This is the UK Special Edition. It's not the Twilight Time one for America. This is the Special Edition British version with audio commentaries, documentaries and everything on it, by Paul Talbot, of Mr. Majestic, the melon farmer. It's an 18 certificate, and it's Region B locked. This, in my opinion, is better than the Twilight Time. This took months and months and months to get released. They kept putting it back and back and back and back. But when you see the special features, you realise why they put it back. The amount of special features on it is just unbelievable for a Bronson film. Pardon me. Next up is my newest Bronson film. Now, this is what I've been waiting for, so I couldn't do the Bronson update earlier. This is by Kino Lorber, and it's Cabo Blanco. This is the first time, I believe, in America this has been on Blu-ray, even on DVD, I think. In the UK, it's been on DVD since the year 2000. Then I've had the German version, which I've actually got here. This is the German version of Cabo Blanco, which I'll be putting on my eBay. Not that one, sorry, that one. I'll be putting on my eBay, because English language, it's widescreen, exactly the same as this. Special features are the documentary I'm making, but all seen all in German, the language on the cover. This version has got the same documentary on it, but it's got another Paul Talbot commentary on it. Cabo Blanco. Get this off Amazon now while you can, because these will become rare. Next up is Charles Bronson, White Buffalo, Kino Lorber. Don't worry, this video is getting long. I haven't got through hardly any of them, but some of the other ones I will be going through very fast. These are the Blu-ray ones that I go through. I take more time on. What's this one? White Buffalo, where Bronson has nightmares about a big white buffalo. Great film. Next up is the Twilight Time version of The Mechanic. Now that is a classic film. Jason Statham. Bronson is the fucking class on this one. Again, from Twilight Time, it's From Noon Till 3. This is a different kind of Bronson film. It's more like a comedy. He plays comedy, he plays a criminal, he plays a bandit. He dresses up. Weird for Bronson. And it's made around after Death Wishes and all the other violent films like Stone Killer and stuff like that. He made this film. Again, it's Bronson. And it's beautiful on Twilight Time. Beautiful. Now this, I haven't watched it. I've watched this and I cannot find Bronson in it at all. But according to the IMDb website, this is one of the Bronson early films. Off Limits, with Bob Hope, Mickey Rooney. They say Bronson's in it, but I haven't seen him in it. But it's Blu-ray. And I've got it just in case Bronson is in it. If he's not in it, let me know. Put down below and I'll get rid of it. If he's in it, let me know where he is in it, please. Because I've never seen him in it. As I blink. Again. Next up is standard version of generic version of Great Escape. On TV every Christmas. Battle of the Bulge. Now, this is the American version. It has restored picture, commentary, 2 featurettes, theatrical trailer. Now, I'm not sure if this has I think the DVD had the intermission on it as well. Made the film like 3 hours long. It has that intermission for ages. This says it's 169 minutes. But great war film for Sunday afternoon fodder. Now, next up is the Spanish Blu-ray of Chino with Charles Bronson and Jill Ireland. Now, this film is also called, original title is called The Valachi's Horses? I think that's the original title. Chino was they renamed it Chino and released it 2 years after they did in Europe. And they called it Chino. And this is one of the films that's been copied mostly on public domain crap. But this is the widescreen crystal clear version. It is Chino. It's not the original title, but again, it's Blu-ray. Last Blu-ray I've got of Charles Bronson is Red Sun. It's the UK version in widescreen. Not like the DVD, which is full screen. No special features because it's a Studio Canal film. But at least we've got it in Blu-ray. Beautiful. Now, DVDs. Because they all fell on the floor, I'm not putting them back in the same order. They're just as they are. So you get new ones, old ones, First ones, good ones, crap ones. First up is Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin in 4 for Texas. Then you've got this one now. This one looks like an original Region 4 Australian DVD, Guns for San Sebastian. That packaging looks like an original. But when you look at it, it's purple, so it is a DVD-R. Professionally done. This is very expensive. This is not very expensive, but it costs about £10, which is a lot for a bootleg. But it doesn't look like a bootleg. The only way I know it's a bootleg is because I've got another film with the same, not Australian, with exactly the same logos there, identical, on a different film altogether. So that's a bootleg, but it's the only way you can get it now on DVD, and it is in complete widescreen. It's not the full screen crap, widescreen. Next up is an early Bronson film that's only here for a few seconds. Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn in Pat and Mike. That's the UK version. Australian version again of Guns of Diablo. I had this on VHS years ago, back in the day. Really bad quality, and again, this is not very good quality. But again, it's on DVD, so glad to have it. Next up is a 4-pack of Elizabeth Taylor. This is the Turner Classic Movies collection. Now, the one that I'm interested on this is the one with Bronson, and it is the Sandpiper. It is with Richard Burton. And before, you could get it in a massive box set, which cost a lot to ship over from America because it's a big box set. It cost a hell of a lot. Then they've condensed it into this pack. It's still sealed. The Sandpiper, and I think it is, I'm not sure. It's region 3 because it's a Warner Brothers collection, but it doesn't tell you if it's widescreen or full screen. I'll have to find out about that when I watch it. That is now out of print. These other ones now, first one, this has been released in this country. The other two have not. This one is the original of Family of Cops. Now, because they've all fallen on the floor, the original was to be Family Cops 2, but no. So it's a bootleg version of My Six Convicts. I've done this myself. I've done the cover artwork myself. Anyone want a copy of this? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll happily put it on eBay and you can bid for it or buy it, or I'll sell it direct. Never So Few, Frank Sinatra again. This is the UK version, and it's widescreen, yes, because if I remember rightly, the 4 for Texas UK version is full screen, but the American is widescreen. Next up is the Columbia Classic release of Miss Sadie Thompson. I know this is on Twilight Time Blu-ray, but anyone tell me, does it have a 2D version? Because it says Twilight Time Miss Sadie Thompson 3D. If it plays in 2D, I'll buy it, and let me know please if it does. Next up is the Dutch version of Borderline. All Dutch. You can't see because it's the light, but it's the Dutch version of Borderline, and it's the widescreen version. There it is, widescreen version. Now this one is an original cover, the Seawolf. Now, according to the back of this and the adverts on eBay, it says it's got English soundtrack on it, but it's not. It's got the Spanish and it's got the French, Spanish and German soundtrack, not the English. I got ripped off this way. Not ripped off because the seller didn't know. They put the wrong soundtrack on it. So what you've got inside, hot pack this, That's the original Spanish version with German soundtrack, so it's an original Blu-ray. It is actually an original. And I've got a bootleg taken from my VHS version of the film. So it's original cover, but bootleg disc inside. Next up is a free film set of Randolph Scott, and what I'm interested in is Riding Shotgun with Charles Bronson. And this is a Region 1 Blu-ray, but it's unlocked because it's Warner Brothers again. Now, Riding Shotgun is a very, 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 very rare Bronson film. And he has quite a big part in it. And it's Randolph Scotty. Classic. Next up, from 20th Century Fox Cinema Archives, which is a made-on-demand Amazon service, is the Richard Widmark and Charles Bronson film Red Skies of Montana. Exactly. You ever see this on TV? Next up is The Meanest Men in the West. This is the original Good Times home video version of it. It's full screen. Good picture. Good watch. I can't be sure of what TV show it is. It's 2 episodes of a TV show shoved in together. I'm not saying on camera what it is because I might make a balls of it. But be careful. This is an original. This is a shop. Good Times original artwork. See, original disc. Get this version if you can. There is another version floating around saying widescreen, but it is a bootleg. And it is crap quality. Next up, from Warner Archive Collection, which is it's an original Warner Brothers released DVD, but it's a made-on-demand DVD, which means there's no stock held. When you order it, they make it on demand, basically. And it only plays on DVD players. It doesn't play on computers, so you can't copy it. It detects a copy machine. It will not copy it. It only plays on single linked up DVD players. And it is Target Zero, Bronson's early war film. One of the few he's done. Next up is another Bronson war film from the 50s in black and white, Battle Zone. This is again a Warner Archives DVD. All these films are in good quality. They're not quite good quality. Next up is This Property is Condemned of Robert Redford. And who else is it? Robert Redford and... oh, God. I'm going big, hard silence. Robert Redford. That's what I'm going to say. Katie Reed. Natalie Wood, that's it. That's the actress I was saying. Natalie Wood. Pretty sexy in this, considering it's a 1960s film. This is still sealed in box. And I paid 80p for this. And it's worth quite a bit of money. Next up is the DVD version, Region 1 of Villa Rides. Now I'm waiting for the Blu-ray version of this to come from the post. So I could have delayed this video for another 2 weeks, but I thought no, sod it. So I am getting a Blu-ray version of this. This is, by the way, a widescreen DVD, and I bought this on Amazon America for $1. $1 sealed. It's not worth that. It's not that now. You check how much that's worth now. It's more than $1. This should be a film that will be going on eBay once I get the Blu-ray. Next up is the original Chino of Valdez Horses. Full screen, but good quality, but full screen. It's not a bootleg. It's by Optimum. Sorry about the voice. I better hurry up because what is it now? Over 34 minutes. Shit. I better carry on quickly. Master of the World. Now this film is a rare Bronson film, and this is an original DVD. It's not a copy. It's an original double feature by Warner Brothers of Crime Wave, and it's actually got commentary. It's got a commentary on this and a featurette. about the making of the film. And it's in widescreen as well. Up again is Bloodhounds of Broadway. Now, some of these films you may not know of. Bronson's only in them for a few seconds, but it is a complete collection of Bronson films, not just of his main starring films. Bloodhounds of Broadway. That is ultra rare. That's a Canadian DVD. Next up is a German, When All Hell Breaks Loose. It's got the English soundtrack on it. All the packaging in German. I've got the original German there, see? It's got the original reversible artwork with the big 16 on it. That is actually a copy I made of UK TV that was shown a few weeks ago. When Hell Broke Loose. Next up is the widescreen version of Someone Behind the Door. This is one of them films that's been copied on public domain for years. But that's the widescreen version. Next up is an original German DVD of Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus. This is an original DVD. When it first came out, it only had the German soundtrack. This is Mark II. This has got a bootleg English soundtrack added onto it. Very, very rare and very, very expensive. Now, I sell this on my eBay shop. I think it's about £4.99. Just for the disc, no cover work, just a disc. Next up is a rare film, Breakout. This has been supposed to be on Blu-ray years ago, but it still hasn't come out. Then we got the Optimum releasing version of Rider on the Rain. I say this version because this is the French version and the English version, and it's widescreen and it is clear. Do not buy the Orbit version. That is disgusting. Next up is another another American TV show that's been split into a film, Bull of the West, Lee J. Cobb. Widescreen version of Cold Sweat. This is a studio version, Cinema Club, not a blooming public domain crap. Next up is another Warner Archives collection, The People Against O'Hara. Another archive one is You Can't Win Them All, with Tony Curtis. Apache. The Marrying Kind. The Indian Runner, directed by Sean Penn. I believe this was his very, very, very first film back after his wife died. He just plays a bit part in it. There he is. You can't see it properly, but there he is sitting on the balcony. I quite like this film, but a lot of people don't like it. Now, this is the Dutch version, because this is the only way you can get it on DVD, is Donato and Daughter. In the UK, it's called Under Threat. This is the original 2000 DVD. So that is 16 years old, that is. You cannot get it deleted. This is the German version of Act of Vengeance with Bronson and the very first starring role of Keanu Reeves playing a killer who kills Charles Bronson in the end of the film. Spoiler alert, sorry. This is the full screen version. Good picture. The artwork, that's the original artwork, but the German title. But that picture there has got nothing to do with the film. Uncut version of The Evil That Men Do, UK. Widescreen. UK version of Twinkie, full screen version though, because the Japanese version is the widescreen version, but that is, you can only buy that from Amazon Japan. Next up is the Spanish version of X15. I think it's actually X15, English language, widescreen. Charles Bronson's first bit part, You're in the Navy Now, Region 1. Another 20th Century Fox archive collection, made on demand, Gang War. Now this film is an original made on demand by 20th Century Fox, and they put the crap full screen version on it. You go on eBay and you can buy a crappy no cover artwork disc into the widescreen version. A double feature by Warner Brothers again, original. Telephone, St. Ives, both widescreen. Family of Cops 2. A bootleg I copied off YouTube actually, and I've done the artwork myself, and that is The Mob. And Broderick Crawford and Bronson. Elvis Presley, Kid Galahad with Bronson. Bronson again, The Raid on Enterby, but this is the 139-minute version. It's got about 20 minutes. This is Propaganda, and it's presented here in its full-length version. Another made on demand, Thunder of Drums, it's a western. Family of Cops 3. Now, that's all my DVDs and Blu-rays. Oh, I've got one more. There's one more film. Where is it? Where the hell is it? Because it's... I've got some more DVDs, sorry, here. Alan Ladd, another archive collection, Drumbeat. Charles Bronson, the UK version of Stonekiller. UK version, Love and Bullets. Run of the Arrow, archive collection. The UK version of Run of the Arrow, original, goes for £80. Take up these last keys. Red Skelton with Bronson in The Clown, made on demand. Machine Gun Kelly, Bronson film. Charles Bronson film collection trailers. Charles Bronson Tyrone Power, Diplomatic Career. Bronson's in that film for a few minutes. And Tennessee Champ, another bootleg that I made myself. Bronson plays boxer. That's all the DVDs this time. Now let me find, there's one more, there's one missing. There's a VHS missing. Where's it gone? I wonder. Let's have a quick look. Where is it? It's not there. I've got some VHSs there that just doubles, so I won't bother showing them. Anyway, I can't find it at the moment. So the VHS, what I was going to show you, is a film called Torpedo Alley. That is another Bronson film. It's like a at-sea film, Navy film. And at the moment, I cannot see it anywhere. I don't know where that's gone. It's bounced somewhere. Next up is TV shows I've got. This is just going to be quick. I've just found the Torpedo Alley, sorry. There's Torpedo Alley. American VHS, very rare. Cannot get it in this country. Right, now the TV shows. I've got Steelbook of Man with a Camera, or every episode of Man with a Camera, and some of the old crappy public domain films. But Man with a Camera, that's that tin. But not put that, it's all going to fall down again. Next up is another tin. They do some great tins for his TV shows, I must say. This is like an embossed tin. This is actually a Murphy's Law picture, but it is TV shows, black and white. And there is all the list of TV shows. Too many to mention. M Squad, Federal Man, Medic, Army, Riverboat, Roy Rogers, Red Skelton, Army, that kind of thing. Right. Then you've got Golden Age Bronson, the Knockout Years. That's every TV show he played a boxer in. Golden Age of Bronson again, the Breakout Years. That's more Bronson films. Federal Men. I've got that double, but it's got Close Up on Violence, Pursuit, Zigzag, The Guest, Treasury Men in Action. Medic is in an episode of that. Rare TV Mysteries, he's the visitor. He plays a baddie in that. And what I think is, if you want to see Bronson early, get this. TV shows like The Visitor. It's a 30-minute show and he's in it for 30 minutes. Some of his films he's only in for like 10 seconds. There's more Bronson for your money. Federal Men, he's in an episode of that. Twilight Zone, he's in an episode of that called 2. Another Medic, because he's in another episode of Medic. Oh yeah, and the German version of From Noon Till 3, which should be going on eBay. So that is my complete collection. I'm not going to bother showing my VHSs I got doubles of, but I like to watch Bronson on VHS on my small TV, which is over outside there. I've got posters in the back, Death Wish 5, Death Wish 4, Death Wish 1, Death Wish 2. I've got more posters over there, Death Wish 2 and 3. So I hope you like this very long video. I'm sorry it's so long. I had to reshoot it because they all fell down and went everywhere. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.